We have some trade news here on the Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Let's take a look at the Orlando Brown trade that's come down in the past couple of hours. He's heading off to Kansas City in addition to a second-round pick and a 2022 sixth-round pick. The Ravens received the Chiefs' first-round pick this year, third-round pick this year, and also their 2021 fourth-round pick. All top 140 picks, and then a 2022 fifth-round pick. So a lot of pick swaps, and Orlando Brown gets out of Baltimore because he wants to play left tackle, which he will for the Kansas City Chiefs. But for Baltimore, kind of an interesting conclusion, right? Because he had requested a trade a couple of months back because Ronnie Stanley set to return for the Ravens this season, who Baltimore's invested in heavily to be their left tackle, and obviously they're going to keep him there because they had made that investment, and Orlando Brown said, hey, I was a Pro Bowler last year, played well at left tackle in Stanley's absence. I view myself as a left tackle, want to play there, and I want to get paid like a left tackle, which the Chiefs are expected to work out a contract extension with Brown in the coming days and weeks. So he's off to Kansas City, and the Ravens pick up an additional first-round pick and a few other picks as they part ways with their third-round pick from a couple of years ago. What is your one-word reaction to the Orlando Brown trade? Interesting, expected. I mean, it was going to be hard to keep Orlando Brown if you weren't going to play him at left tackle because he was adamant about making that permanent switch to the left side of the offensive line. So it is what it is. Get your one-word reaction in on this one. Now, there is some chatter that Alejandro Villanueva could be heading to Baltimore. He visited Baltimore earlier this week. They believe he can play right tackle or could kick inside and play some guard, so he could be your Orlando Brown replacement. He's been primarily a left tackle, but again, you got Ronnie Stanley coming back, so he would play right or somewhere inside, and he would also give you insurance. Say Stanley gets hurt again, he could kick out to be your left tackle as well. I think a good strategy would be, okay, let's bring in Villanueva. One-year deal. Then maybe you target someone in the draft as well since you have that extra first-round pick, number 27 overall and number 31 overall from Kansas City. You could package those together, move up, get a Christian Darrisaw, Teven Jenkins, or you could keep those two picks. Maybe you get a guy like Samuel Cosmi. But Alejandro Villanueva, definitely an option, probably the best free agent tackle still on the open market. So all is not lost for Baltimore. They got more draft capital. Yes, you would have liked Orlando Brown to be fine playing right tackle, and you could keep him long-term with Ronnie Stanley, but it became pretty apparent that that was probably not going to be the case here for the Ravens. Now, there's some question marks of should you have traded him to the team that you're probably going to be chasing for the next decade in the AFC. I think that's a fair question up for debate since Kansas City has had the Ravens' numbers, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe this was the best offer they could get, so they just ended up taking it at the end of the day. So how should the Ravens replace Orlando Brown this offseason? Type D for draft coming up soon. Type F for free agency, or type B for both. Get your votes in. How should the Ravens replace Orlando Brown?